welcome to Ekate's Crossing. Okay, time to sort of dive back into a deck, and I've decided to sort of pull out Tarot Deck of Heroes. Only the Deck of Heroes Tarot. The only reason why, I think, for me, is I absolutely love this deck, but also because it's not something that you see a lot online, and it's got a deck that's, the imagery is, even though you might know the basic tarot, the images do speak volumes. So what I want to do in this sort of episode here is just begin by taking out, separating the major and the minor arcana, right? So we've pulled out the major arcana, and we've just pulled the first 8 cards from the Fool to the Chariot. And what we're going to do is just spend a minute having a look at some of the images, just to have a little bit of a look-see, have a little bit of a describe, see the differences from a Rider-Waite-Smith type deck. Say we're going to pull out, the Rider Tarot. You can have any sort of Rider-Waite-Smith type imagery, but let's just pull out the Rider-Waite and let's just have a look at the Fool. Let's just have a quick skizzy here. See if I can pull this out quickly. I just want to sort of show differences. Okay, so here we've got the Fool, right? So traditionally in the Rider-Waite-Smith, you've got this young man standing on the edge of a cliff. He's got a dog with him. You've got the sun shining, ice mountains in the background. So you can sort of see he's got a pole here with a little bit of a knapsack on it. Got a rose in his hand here. So quite different than the Deck of Heroes. Here you've got this youth on a horse. You've got some water there, walking along the sand. So you can see. It looks like it may be a cliff. You've got this little bit of a cloud here, walking into the darkness here. So you can sort of see the differences there. Okay, so we're just looking at the image, okay? We're not looking at meanings or anything like that. We're just looking at this image. Next, we've got the Magician. So here you've got the Magician with his tools. Got one hand up, one hand down. You've got the infinity sign here. You've got some roses down here. You've got your table here. Got your cup, your sword, your pentacles, and your wand in the hand here. So you can sort of see. Here, you've got this man standing, shirtless man, of course, with a cup in his hand. So you can see that he's got his tools here. Let me just have another little look-see at this. I do find that the deck is quite dark imagery. There is a bit of a dark imagery to this deck. But you can sort of see the Magician standing there, shirtless, sort of distracting you from maybe your environment, from seeing what's actually going on. He's distracting you by what's going on here. Okay, so let's have a grab the High Priestess. This is just a quick look at the imagery. There's nothing more than that. Just to sort of give you an idea. Okay, so let's look at the High Priestess in this. Whoa! Nearly dropped the whole deck. That was really clever. Okay, so here you've got the High Priestess here, sitting on a chair or on a throne, if you like, whatever you like to call it. She's got a cross here. She's got some sort of scroll. There's the moon, crescent moon there. She's got pomegranates on a cloth behind her between two pillars B and J. Okay, so let's have a look at the High Priestess here. Okay, she's hidden behind her hero. Again, the two pillars. But she's hidden behind her hero. So I do feel like it's something hidden. Again, you've got that hidden knowledge. Interesting there. So you look, remember, we're just looking at what the images are about at this time. Right, so next we have the Empress. Let's grab the Empress. And with this, you've got a selection of heroes taking care of the Empress, as you can see. Okay, next we've got the Emperor. And with this, you've got your hero standing. Sort of feels like he's in control, the way he's sort of standing there. You know, he's, again, you've got that sense of look at me sort of energy. You know, he really is wants to be in charge. A bit of Tarzan type energy here is what I'm getting here with the Emperor card. Right, so next we've got the Hierophant. Okay, so let's have a look at the Hierophant with this one here. Okay, with the Hierophant here, you've got a man kneeling down in front of the clergy behind the windows, or behind the the clergy or the spiritual leader of some sort, with a stained glass there. With this one, you've got this guy, you've got two here, you've got the keys. Sitting on a... So you can sort of see the differences between the decks. Now let's have a look at the Lovers. Remember, we're just having a quick look at the differences, an image. Not worrying too much about the meanings or anything like that. We're not going into depth there. We're just having a look at the images at the moment. And you can do this with any deck, of course, that you've got. You know, this is a great way just to sort of get to know your deck a little bit without worrying too much. Okay, so oops. So the last two cards we're going to look at today is the Lovers. And so you can see here, you've got the Lovers that are separated, naked. You've got the snake, you've got the apple, you've got the angel, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel here looking over them, mountain behind. So there's all that sort of stuff. With this one here, you've got this hero carrying his goddess, if you like, up some steps. So quite different in imagery, but definitely speaks volume about relationships, the choices you've got to make in regards to getting where you need to be within the relationship. You know, he chose to carry her up the steps. He could have just let her walk up. Okay, the last one we've got here is the Chariot. So let's have a look. So here you've got this standing in the Chariot. There's no movement forward. There's black and white, contemplating the direction they're moving into. You know, black and white sort of energy. So here you've got this Chariot. Let's see if I can just have a look. Okay. So you've got the hero with the woman behind him in the buggy, or in the chariot, in the buggy, whatever you like to call it, and moving forward in the direction. So he's got the reins with the horse, which you can't see, but he's moving forward on his journey. Definitely moving in the right direction sort of energy. Okay, so just give you an idea of the images of what we've looked at, and that's what all you're doing is you're just having a look at the images, describing what you see. Maybe you can go into a little bit more depth with color, with anything that sort of stands out with the characters, anything like that, animals. You know, the fool, with the fool you've got this horse, and horse to me is definitely about movement forward on the journey, but also about finding your own power, finding your own inner power. So interesting there. And definitely trying to find a sense of clarity in the situation, maybe feeling like they're moving through a sense of transitional energy, moving forward. So there's lots of things that you can read into when you're looking at the imagery of the cards. I just wanted to show you the differences between the Rider-Waite-Smith type image and then the tarot deck of Heroes tarot, and just have a look at the images. And that's what you can do with a new deck that you've got in your collection, or you want to revisit a deck that you've had for a while. Like this is a deck that I've had for a while, and it's quite nice to sort of revisit the imagery, have a look, sort of play with the deck a little bit more, and really sort of get to know it. Now you can go through and do that with all of the cards. I'm not going to go through it all. I think if you want to have a look at the images of this deck, you can definitely go back to my unboxing video, have a look at any of my readings that I've done with the deck. Anytime that I've done a video with it, you can definitely find that through my channel. Oops, and I've just messed up all the minor arcana, but never mind, I'm just going to go through it again. And it's just about, really, if you want me to dive a little bit deeper into this deck, if you want to have a little bit more look at some of the cards, if you've got any questions about this deck in particular, definitely leave in the comments down below. If you've got any questions about learning a new deck, maybe you want to ask about a particular card, maybe you're struggling with a card in your as you're learning tarot, and you just want some ideas, please leave the comments down below, and I'll answer them as best as I can, or I'll find out the information for you. Anyway, so that's it from me. Don't forget to check the links down below, check the links on my channel, like, subscribe, and ring the bell. And don't forget, if you want a private reading from me, you want a video reading or anything like that, or an email reading or a chat reading, you can connect me through, there's 3 places that you can find me on: Unseen Alley, Fiverr, and of course my Ko-Fi. And you can always check out my blog as well if you want information in regards to a reading, a private reading. Okay, so that's it from me. Take care and blessed be.